guitar people. We'll talk about a guitar again. This time about something pretty damn special that's been in the works for, I'm gonna say, almost a year. Now, Tonfuchs guitars might be something that you're not super familiar with because it's a relatively small German builder. And no, it is not Tonfuchs. Does fuck your tone in a good way, but that's not Tonfuchs. It's Tonfuchs. Where are we? Tonfuchs. Fuchs is a fox, so it's Tonfuchs, which is why there's a fox and not a hooker. So, not Tonfuchs, Tonfuchs. Fuchs, you. Okay? Say it however you want, the guitars are brilliant. So, I interviewed Uwe a while ago, so we've been running into each other quite a few times at trade shows. And Uwe then started to work with Beardyman. Beardyman didn't have a name tag in Mannheim. And I don't know, Beard, Rob, Ray, Felix, Christian, his name might be Hieronymus. Let's call him Hieronymus. Beardyman. So I started talking to Beardyman, who's taking over some of the marketing for Uwe. And he said, well, what can we do with the guitar on your channel? I said, well, I can do a review for you, or let's work on a model and I'll play it on a regular basis, which is how you get long-term placement of instruments on this channel. I don't get paid, but I also don't pay for the instrument. That's kind of the deal. And I try to help the builder out with as many parts as I can from friends, which means, you know, I called up Graphtech and said, hey, can you supply some of the hardware? And that's how, you know, we work together to create an instrument. Now, the most important thing for me in doing that is to not do a custom instrument that the builder wouldn't envision. If I show something from I really want to say it. If I show a Tonfuchs instrument, it needs to be a Tonfuchs instrument, not what I want the Tonfuchs to be. It needs to be what Uwe Schölch, the luthier, would want to build himself, except for one tiny detail. So, we talked about it. I said, well, look, I don't have an offset guitar. I'm not a Jag or a Jazzmaster kind of a guy. And Uwe likes that. So, bam, we have an offsetty kind of Jag something, which he calls the Bulldog. So this is the model Bulldog, which it says on here by hand. Serial number 0818135. And it even has his signature here, which of course you can't see. I don't know, it's just the slider. Can't pick that up, Leslie. Yeah. There you go. You can see all handwritten with his signature on it. Now, I said, that's cool. And we picked a petrol kind of a blue color, which then Uwe decided to not do, which I'm happy about because, you know, I don't have a gold top. There you go. And it's not high gloss. It's a satin gold top. And it's just freaking gorgeous. I don't necessarily like that metal electric plate. So I said I would like that to be on the guitar and not mounted from the top, but mounted from behind. Now, get it? Mounted from behind? Sex. So, Uwe hated that, and he frequently reminded me how much he hated that because it's work that he doesn't want to do. He likes it the other way around. He likes to do it from the front. So, that's something that he wouldn't have done that I like. I didn't pick the knobs, he did, which I think are gorgeous. 5-way switch, which we get to. That's the one thing that I'm not super happy with, but hey, I couldn't have foreseen that. He asked me if I wanted that here, the switch in the front, or in the back. And I said, well, I'd rather have volume control here and the switch in the back. But the problem is that switching this is kind of in the way. So instead of flicking the switch, this angled would have been better, because right now the way that it is in a T-style, being just perpendicular to this angle, it kind of, sometimes you have to, you can't just flick it. You have to actively be careful what you do. So yeah, that's not the most convenient. This angled would have been better, but hey, that's what it is now. And I said, Uwe loves to use P90s. And I said, well, I don't have a lot of P90 guitars. Frankly, I have one, which is my Natsangi Thelma, the green one. So let's do a P90 guitar. I said, wait a second, P90s are essentially two fat single coils. I love Strats, and I love the in-between positions. They're my absolute favorites. I said, why don't we do two P90s with a single coil in the middle? Wouldn't that give us those hollow Strat in-between positions? And they were like, Bearded Man and Uwe were like, hey, that's a cool idea. Now then, a couple of weeks before the guitar was ready, Uwe sends me a picture. And in the middle, there's a routing for a humbucker. I'm like, what did he do? Why? It's not what we talked about. And he's like, no, trust me, I'm on it. And then all of a sudden I see this monstrosity, which A, makes the guitar look even more unique, B, God, does it sound good, and C, what is it? All the pickups are Lollar pickups. Jason Lollar, when he heard that the guitar is for me and it's going to be shown on the channel, said, Uwe, I'll supply the pickups free of charge. Thank you, Jason. That is phenomenal. You are the man. Kind of a grizzly man because long beard. Love for Jason, the grizzly man. So they actually talked about what to do. And they say, well, a Charlie Christian would pair well with that. I don't know what a frickin' Charlie Christian is. I know that's a guitar player. I don't know what he did. But that's the pickup, which comes in a single coil. It comes in a couple different shapes. So yeah, that's a single coil in the middle, which in this iteration of the guitar, you can't actually hear by itself. Because here's the switching. P90, in between position between these two. Only the P90s like you would have on a P90 guitar. In between the position between these two and P90. So at some point we want to do a push-push here so that in whatever position you are, you can just go to it and have this by itself. Whether that's something I'm going to use or not, I don't know, but it's kind of sad that we can't hear this amazing pickup by itself. So that. Then Abm Bridge from Berlin, ABM High Quality German Guitar Parts, I think is the Facebook page. Beautiful wraparound bridge, and I wanted to wrap around because I wanted to keep the guitar as clean as possible. And that's what we have. We have a pretty clean, sleek-looking top with these three big-ass pickups. And ABM also said, hey, for this project, it's going to be shown on YouTube. Go. Free of charge. You guys rock. I love you guys. We started the whole hardware journey with my friends from Graphtech. So Graphtech locking ratio tuners, staggered. The special thing about the ratio tuners is that each one is made so that one whole turn is a half step. I think that's what it is. So each one feels exactly the same. And they're staggered, which this camera here right there should be able to show. Come here, camera, show. See, from high to low. This way around, come on. There you can see the staggeredness. Uwe still chose to use two street strings. Tree strings. No. Uwe still chose to use two string trees. That's the word. String trees. He explained it to me. I don't know why. He's the man. He wants to use them. He uses them. He wanted the angle to be lower. Bone nut. Now let's come to the woods. This is a gold kind of wood. This is Spanish cedar. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's only oiled. No, it's satin. It's not oiled. It's satin. And oh my God, he hates sanding guitars. But God, is it smooth. 5-point bolty thing. Beautifully done with rings and just, the shaping is gorgeous on this guitar. I love it. It's come to the pièce de résistance. I like dark neck woods, whether it's Wenge or rosewood. Rosewood, of course, nowadays is pretty tough with CITES and all that. And he does too. So hey, two friends come together and like dark woods. Neck and fretboard both are rosewood. And the rosewood that he found, or has in his stable of woods, was imported to Germany in 62. So this thing is, well, older than 62. This is ridiculous. This is older than, some of the first strats out there. Absolutely, let's go to a slide, I can't see that. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, full rosewood, ultra-aged neck and fretboard. I don't like things in the fretboard, so there we didn't do any inlays in the fretboard. Now, there's one tiny problem. The side dots, which are beautiful, I'm going to say abalone, but can you see that they're hard to see? Yes, they are relatively dark. This one's a little bit better, but it's a natural thing, so they're going to be different. And in the dark wood, those side dots are a little bit tough to see. So in darker conditions, you're going to have a problem. Since there's nothing in here, again, when it gets a little bit darker and I'm noodling around, I, especially in this area, once in a while did end up in the wrong fret. If you order yourself one of these, tell Uwe to make sure that the side dots are as bright as possibly can. I was looking for a name for her. Goldie would have been a little bit too obvious. So I talked to Leslie, and Leslie was like, hey, let's go for one of the Golden Girls. And we ended up with Blanche. Blanche was one of the Golden Girls. She was the slutty one, because trust me, with that pickup configuration, she can be slutty. So yeah, or the loose one. This is Blanche, the Bulldog from Tonfuchs. And now we're even gonna hear her. Starting with the Revv Dynamis on clean. On the P90 in the front, going through a 412 floater with creambacks in the aux, but also mic'd with an Lewitt MTP 440, which is an SM57 kind of a mic, in front of this Laboga 112, also loaded with a creamback. So you'll hear both together. Right now you hear nothing. Oh, because this is the volume knob that you need to roll up. And here's a special thing. When you have that in-between position, with this guitar, the bass doesn't drop out. It gets hollow and singy, but it stays fat. So again. That's pretty much as perfect as it gets, I'm sorry. Middle is the two P90s. My favorite position, these two together. Now let's give same amp a little bit of overdrive from the drive-in by Neo Instruments. Let's do some fuzz, because this is made for fuzz as well. From the Octahive, that right there, Octahive by... This, by the way, is pomegranate that I peeled. I didn't. Leslie does. Octahive by Beatronics. Holy crapola! Yeah, it can do quite a bit. Let's do some amps. Let's go to the Friedman Smallbox. And then, of course, you know. Let's go here, push it with an overdrive, and put some delay on it. This is where this guitar is at home. This guitar is an absolute lead monster. Those right here, it's amazing for many, many things. Let's go through a couple of many things. We already heard, you know, the Friedman by itself. Let's go Friedman, Dirty Shirley, and Dirty Shirley and Blanche. Come on, they should be made for each other. Fatness! Do you notice no more Mr. Nice Guy? No more TC? Because this thing's killer. This is a Strobo Clip HD. Don't ask me what the company is. But it's a great tuner, because it's a Strobo tuner, which has a sweetener setting, which is kind of cool because it tunes the guitar slightly differently to be, you know, a little bit betterer. That's all I know about it. Someone gave that to me and it works. That was just the E string that I killed. So. Then both of them. Orange, Reverb. That's the Dietzel Paul on the clean channel, which is very twinish. E, F, and then C minor. What? Let's do that again. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, Leslie needs to go. One metal sound and... Yes, she can do that. Hey, Blanche is a phenomenal guitar. Uwe can build one for you. It's a very unique guitar, but it's also something that I think he can really get behind. Clocks in at 3,890 or 3,980, something like this. It's 4K. Compared to other guitars that are 4K, it's literally steel. This is one of the best axes I've ever played. With that neck, the playability. The neck is a big ass C. It's pretty fat, but also not. Even though I don't like P90s, this is a kind of a dream guitar for me, because leads on this don't really get an awful lot better than on any other guitar. It's absolutely, dreamingly phenomenal. Check out Tonfuchs guitars. You'll see Blanche on this channel quite a bit from now on. Thank you, Uwe. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, ABM. Thank you, Justin from Graphtech. Thanks, everyone, and of course, Bearded Man. Everyone who was involved in this. A masterpiece of a guitar. Check out Tonfuchs. See you guys on the Flippity Flop. Links below, and bye-bye.